everyone. Rob Edwards here with your more metal episode of Talking About Rock, sponsored by School of Rock, North Buffalo, where they're making the musicians of tomorrow today. In our never-ending search to bring you new music from local bands, today we have for you from Long Island, New York, to talk about their latest release, Disciples of Metal. Please welcome 25th-Mission. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey Rob, how you doing?
Hey Rob.
Hey, great, man, great. So I was reading a little bit about your bio of the band. Why don't you guys give us a little history lesson here and kind of tell us how this all came about? I mean, I love what you guys got. I got on the blurb here, right? An abject Craigslist dad, a supportive wife, and the mutual love of classic metal energize the primordial ooze from which the 25th Mission emerged. I love that. That's great, guys.
That's cool. Well, that's the God's honest truth. And why don't you hear it out of the horse's mouth from the man who actually wrote that? Our all guitars, Pat Picarsic.
Yeah, I mean, it just started very organically. You know, just I hadn't played for years, and I just put in a Craigslist ad, you know, looking for just a, you know, hey, who wants to bang out some Priest or some Maiden or some Sabbath and all that. And Vinny, you know, and I had the itch, but it would happen every so often. And you get on Craigslist and you meet a bunch of idiots, and it's kind of disturbing.
Right. You never know on there, right?
I didn't kiss a frog this time, but we basically, his band had previously broken up. I just wanted to do some covers and just go out and have some fun. He sold me on the original thing, and, you know, we started writing, and eventually had to start finding other members. You know, found Mikey, who's not here tonight. His girlfriend's in the hospital right now. He's with her, but he's got, if anybody, you know, listens later, you know, he's got a very, very metallic Queensryche Maiden Dio kind of voice. And we were trying to find a singer that would do the job. Didn't want a barker or a growler or a rapper. Wanted an actual like classic metal singer, which they're a dying breed, you know, hen's teeth. And I went to see Jeff Tate of Queensryche down at the local club down here a few years back.
Yeah,
thinking
he's amazing.
Right, and maybe I'll find a singer, a fanboy or something like that. Maybe one of these old-time guys will be out there. And it was a stupid plan, but I was sitting up there watching, and during I Don't Believe in Love, Mikey was behind me, and, you know, he was singing, and I was just like, dude, you got a band, and, you know, exchange different things and turned out like that. Originally, when we first started out, we had a different drummer, Mr. Balsano. He was a Slayer tribute band guy who pretty much is still doing that. Original music was just too aggravating for him. And Ed was our Christmas present a couple of years back. He came in, learned the tunes, and that's pretty much where we are today.
Excellent. Yeah, you hit it on the head. I think doing original music is really tough nowadays, right? It's such a tough sell. Right.
Well, it's like this, Rob. Listen, I'm not going to badmouth tribute bands or cover bands, but I did that like when I was 13, 14 years old. I want to show what I bring to the table, what I create as an artist and author, and that I am a disciple of metal. And, you know, music is, to me, my songs are like my children. And, you know, I go balls out with it, and I want to be known. Hopefully one of my songs gets into a HBO series or a commercial, or maybe a good arcade game or something along those lines where, you know, can open up more doors for us. But I mean, I write my own music. We write our own music as a unit, and I could never be happy with what I have.
We want a tribute band. We want to have a 25th Mission tribute band out there someday.
Right.
That's great. Excellent. I like that.
And again, I'm not bashing other bands for being tribute bands, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, it's good to do a crowd pleaser, should we say. I don't know if you know, we do our rendition of Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues. We made it our way, and I don't want to let all our cats out of the bag, but we have a couple of more we're going to do too as well. But predominantly, we're an all original metal band.
We're an all original tribute, actually. Yeah, we're an all original tribute to the Gilded Age of metal.
Right. So let's go back here. So you guys in 2019 you released the first album, Necessary Evil. Tell us a little bit about doing that and recording that.
Well, that was an EP. Basically, you know, we were sitting down, we were writing songs, and it's like, what can you do with them now? Yeah, and we made CDs. I don't even know. Next time around, this will probably be the last time anybody makes a CD. You know, but we'll get that box of them. But that was just the 5 songs that we had originally put together. And, you know, we all kind of just got in the studio and, you know, figured out how to record these things. And it's a learning process. But then after those 5 songs, that was like our practice run, our kind of minor leagues. And we kind of had the studio down and had the songwriting, the formula and the writing process. Wasn't so much of a formula, but the writing process. And now playing with a click in the studio as opposed to live drums and, you know, solidifying things and doing that. But so Disciples of Metal, but the next, the Resilience, which should be out willingly, you know, sometime but before the end of the year, you'll see like where it's developed since 2018.
May I add to that, Rob?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, basically, a valid point that Pat forgot to leave out. We were a new band, and like you said, being in an original band is really, really hard because basically you have to establish a name for yourself, a buzz about yourself. You have to sell yourself, okay? I'm sure you know about press kits. What we did with The Necessary Evil, we did 5 songs. And the reason why we did that is because we wanted music that people can relate, that we could sell out our shows and use for electronic press kits or, you know, real press kits.
You need a product.
You need a product to sell.
Right,
And it was
exactly.
almost like an appetizer where Disciples of Metal was a main course.
Nice. Very
And a
cool.
little trade secret, when we put together Disciples of Metal, I had enough space on the CD to put the original EP on there. So if you get Disciples of Metal, you get all 15 songs.
You get them all, so you get a little extra
get 'em
bonus
all.
in there.
Get
I love
2
that.
for
I
1.
love that. So
Right.
I wanted to talk to you about the name 25th Mission. I was reading a little bit about that. Do you guys want to share with the fans what that stands for and a little bit of information about that?
Oh, all right. All right. Well, basically, you know, when we were putting this together, one of the hardest things you could do is try to come up with a name. You know, it's so stupid because anything you think of, you know, you do a Google search, there's a band over here, you know, it had to be something different. Yeah, I watched the History Channel a lot. And 25th Mission, you see the airplanes and everything on there. Basically, it was World War II. The American pilots, servicemen, airmen that were stationed in England, you know, they're doing bombing runs, you know, the Liberators and the Flying Fortresses. And basically, their term of service, it was a weird, bizarre way to fight a war. You're living in country, you're going out, you're drinking, you're having fun, taking it, you know, enjoying the English women at the time. And such, but then you gotta load up, go fly for 8, 10, 12 hours,
Right.
shot at this, that, and then come back, and now you're back home, you know, as opposed to being in a trench somewhere or being out in the field. But their term of service wasn't years or months or time, it was 25 missions. But once you flew 25 missions over Europe, bombing run, you got to go home. But the odds were that you were only going to accomplish, say, 14 to 15 missions before you could expect to be killed, wounded, shot down, and
Right.
such. So
Exactly.
I like that false promise, that false hope, that pipe dream. And plus, when I tried to search for any other band named 25th Mission or anything like that, nothing came up. So and so trademark
It's ours. It's ours.
It's ours. And so and when you pull up 25th Mission band, we got Google optimization for no extra fee, and you'd see other pictures of planes and pinup girls and art and stuff like that when you do a search. So it was perfect. It just worked out like that.
That's great. That's great. I love the story behind it. I love the feel behind it. And you guys have incorporated that into your, you know, your album design, into your music, and into the videos too. So we're going to play a video for you guys for in a minute. Let's talk about the track for Laid to Waste, which is really cool. It's got a lot of excellent video in that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Mikey, who was in here, wrote the lyrics, but I'm sure if it's the video I'm thinking about, the lyrics will flash across the screen. All you do is got to read the lyrics, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. But it's about war, 1943-ish. And like I said, the lyrics on the screen will explain what you're asking.
And it was Operation Gomorrah, where it was like the firebombing of Dresden. And I think it was like more civilians died in those 3 days from firebombing than anything nuclear in Japan. And, you know, if just by some chance the United States had not won the war and it ended up being Germany, our leaders would have been put on trial for war crimes for that shit. But you know, it's written by the victors, and it is. But basically, it's largely about the bombing of Dresden. I think it was 1943.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, we're going to take a quick pause here. We're going to play the video for that for the track for Laid to Waste from 25th Mission, and we'll be right back here on Talking About Rock.
Into the world's prey, under the darkness of night.
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock, talking to the guys from 25th Mission. Just checked out the video. Awesome stuff, man. I love how you incorporated the history of stuff in that and everything. Very, very cool. So I wanted to go around the horn here real quick and just maybe give us a quick snippet of influences you guys had musically a little bit in your life that kind of brought you here.
Okay, go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, let's
All
sorry,
right.
Ed doesn't talk too much,
Yeah, well,
but Ed's the baby of the band. He's only like 42. He's the
Yeah,
youngest
exactly.
guy.
You're the young guy.
Yeah,
36,
yeah, pretty
36.
much. Well, my influences kind of run a little deep. I come from a musical family, so my dad plays guitar in a classic rock outfit, tribute type of songs, some originals too. Grew up listening to, just like the Beatles or Billy Joel or the Eagles, things like that. But as I got a little bit older, and I started to learn how to get around the drum kit, be a little bit more experimental, I kind of wanted to challenge myself a little bit more and see what else is out there. So started to listen to Master of Puppets, Metallica, and stuff like Rush, Neil Peart, and getting into more progressive types of music. Mike Portnoy is a drummer that I grew up really idolizing and trying
Yeah,
to.
he's outstanding
learn
for
how-
sure.
Oh yeah, and he's a local guy too, so I always kind of looked up to him around here in Long Island as well. And really just trying to listen to some of the greats that do what I do, but trying to learn from them and kind of add my own flavor, my own spin on it, so that I could kind of be considered my own. So people could look at me and I have my own sound almost, so to speak. So, but it goes from classic rock to thrash metal to even some of the more maybe extreme death metal type of drummers that I'll never be able to touch, but I know what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was figuring you guys would mention Billy Joel that you're in Long Island and stuff. You guys ever catch Liberty DeVito?
The tribute band on Long Island, the Billy Joel tribute band sells out like the
Right.
local
right.
larger band.
Lords of 52nd Street. Yeah, we had Liberty DeVito on the show a while back. He's such a cool guy, and he's going to be
And
coming
ours
here.
is Big Shot. Where are you located?
Yeah, I'm in Buffalo, New York. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm from Binghamton originally before I moved down here. So upstate.
No,
You a
yeah.
Buffalo?
So,
You a Buffalo Bill fan?
oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll be watching the
Sean's
game
right.
tonight. This won't air for a while, but yeah, let's go Bills and Ozzy
Hell yeah.
Osbourne halftime. We're looking forward to all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff going
Really,
on. You know?
really?
Yeah.
I didn't-
Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, they're psyched. They're psyched in our town for sure. All over the place,
that's right.
parties
Ozzy got
going
to do all of
on.
them.
There's all kinds of things happening. You know.
Cool. Great.
Well, let's go to the next guy here. We don't want to get off track here too much. Start talking
I
about
just-
Bills and football. We could talk all
Yeah,
night about that.
definitely.
But,
Yeah.
so who we got
Influences?
next here for influences here?
All right. Well, influences. As a kid, I'm going to be 51 this year. But the first music I ever remember hearing, and even just a little kid like 3, was like Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive, or Do You Feel Like I Do? The Eagle, or Fly Like an Eagle, Steve Miller, and the Doobie Brothers. What the hell was that? Blackwater.
Yeah.
And just even as a little kid, those are like I recognized songs my mother would talk about, like going over to that big old-fashioned stereo that looked like furniture. with the
Yeah, my
carpet.
sister was playing that Peter Frampton
Right.
live album all the time when I was
Oh
young.
man, totally. I love that. And
That
then,
was
it's
huge.
like,
That broke his career back then, right?
oh,
They
yeah,
made him.
but that was the last. But I got a funny story about Peter Frampton. We got time later. But as time went on, I started listening. But sometime in about junior high, I heard Quiet Riot, Metal Health, Shout the Devil, Twisted Sister, Stay
1983,
Hungry.
Quiet Riot.
And then Dokken and Rat, Out of the Cellar was out there, Wasp. And then I heard, and I was listening to that a lot. Had my bullet, had my, my bandanas and shit. And then at some point, somebody's older brother, because I didn't have one, was like, yo, dude, that's garbage. And started saying, this is what you want to listen to. And started playing Peace of Mind and Sad Wings of Destiny and Old Sabbath, the Sabbath. And then I was like, then it kind of came to me. I said, oh shit, and then right about that time, Peace Sells, I was in high school, Peace Sells, Master of Puppets, Among the Living, Rain and Blood. And then I was sold. I just loved thrash at that point. But as far as playing guitar, just the classic metal, And, you know, I did take lessons of the gentleman who Blake passed away, a guy named Roy Ettinger, who's like the local guru up in Binghamton. Heart attack, shoveling his driveway. So be careful, kids. The winter's coming.
Yeah.
But he walked me through. I wanted to play metal. He walked me through Johnny Winter and Clapton and Steely Dan and you know, some weird. You know, I remember spending time working on Sultans of Swing and these weird things. I've got one song on this album that really came from me fucking around playing Sultans of Swing and started ripping on it, and it became Ode to Hardrada. But that's pretty much where I'm at. What do you think, buddy? Where'd you come from?
I come from Farmingdale, Long Island. No,
My mom.
basically, I love all music. I am a metalhead, but I appreciate talent. Okay. Growing up, I loved old school Kiss. I loved Leonard Skinner, and I loved Black Sabbath. I got into Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Testament, Pantera, Godsmack, Manowar, Megadeth, Dio. That's what makes me tick. I'm a traditional metal type of guy, and I'm trying to keep the torch lit with that genre of music.
That's very cool. Yeah, it's so cool that we can get to see some of those bands still, and they're still around. I mean, Priest is touring. Megadeth just put out an album, and I'm sure they're going to be touring on that.
That's why
the big
Ozzy's great.
Pantera, not reunion, but
Yeah, Pantera. Right.
Pantera show that's going to be going on with Zach Wild.
I'd pay money to see it. I'd go to see it. You know, I don't. You know, all the purists out there. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's not the. It was all. It's. You know what it is. And to go see Zach Wild and Rex and and who's
Charlie Benante.
Charlie Benante. Oh, come on.
I mean,
You got to go see that.
You can't get better than that.
Yeah, there's just
It's
so many
better than
great
Phil and
tours
Easter
coming
Weekends
on
or
and so much
whatever.
good stuff. You know, Kiss is still out there, touring. I'm sure they're going to be touring for, until they drop. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. But, I that was one of my first bands that I heard when I was really young, Kiss, and I was just hooked after that. But yeah, amazing. Definitely amazing.
Yeah.
So I love the stuff you guys are doing, and I love the new album that's coming out. I've been listening to it all day. What dates do you guys got coming up? Do you got any dates coming up playing out?
We got an ALS benefit. We're playing a benefit.
We got a couple of things going on right now, but one thing I want to add to that, Rob, is our top priority in this band right now. We have a 10-song CD coming out. The name of the album is called Resilience. We have 8 out of the 10 songs primarily done. It needs mastering, but we still have to lay down 2 more tracks. From my lips to God's ears, we're talking the end of this year, probably the first beginning of 2023, keeping it real, but that's our top priority. Right now, if you want to get information on the band, obviously you can always contact me personally, but everything is on our Facebook website or basically our Instagram account. But you can join the 25th Mission Facebook page, and all our dates, shows, interviews will always be listed there. And October 8th, we're doing a benefit concert for this man named Joe Magri. His brother Larry has some type of disease.
ALS.
He has ALS, and he does it every year. And we were asked to help the cause, and we accepted gladly, and we hope to make it a successful event. And other than that, I'm going to throw you a real curveball. We are going to be opening up for Carnivore.
Nice.
November 19th out in Suffolk County. I believe the bar is called Shakers in the Oakdale. That's going to be an interesting night. We're looking forward to that. But besides those 2 shows, October 8th and November 19th, we are going to be balls out, hella high water, getting this Resilience album complete from soup to nuts.
Excellent. Well, I really look forward to hearing what you guys got coming out next. Definitely keep us in the loop on what's happening with you and the new releases and stuff like that. We'll obviously be following your page. We hope you'll be following ours and everything.
Sure.
And definitely, all our prayers and good wishes, obviously, to your mom and to your singer's girlfriend, that, things work out okay and everything's good with them. Really like what you guys are doing. It's excellent. Keep going. Like I said, I look forward to the next release from you guys and talking with you again.
Thank you very much. I just want to shout out to Dawn and Rory for putting us in contact with each other. We met Dawn through shooting stars, and she really rocks one of our tank tops,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, sports it really well. And she put us in contact with you, and I figure she deserves a shout out.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Donna and the Rochester Rock Brigade for, you know, letting us know about you guys and connecting with us. And we'll be connecting with more bands through her, you know, as we broaden our relationship and things going forward. But yeah,
Yeah, we'll have
definitely
to come
shout
out
out to
that
her.
way.
And
We get, if there's some bands out there that, you know, want to put something together, get some people together, we'll go up there and play. You want to play down in Long Island, we can return the favor. You know, New York is New York, you know, you don't have to, you don't have to leave the state to get there.
that's awesome. Excellent. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And if you folks out there want to know more about us, you have questions or comments, please feel free to email us at talkingaboutrock@gmail.com. Please like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And for this interview, you can check out the video on YouTube. We're dropping soon. And all the audio will be dropping to all the streaming services. Guys, thank you again for being with us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Rob. Party on.
All right, man. Have a good night.